And what is up? Down, boy. Down. Get. Sorry about that. Sandworms and all. But what is up, everyone? Welcome back. It's me, Bro WBT. We're back with another video. And today's, I am going to be giving you my top 5 beginner's tips for surviving on Arrakis. Because, I've been playing the hell out of the new Dune Awakening game. Don't get the hate, but we're going to talk about that in a different video. So yeah, let's just jump right in with tip number 1. When you start the game, you are going to have to choose a starting mentor / aka class. You have 4 to choose from. You have the Bene Gesserit, the Mentat, the Trooper, and the Swordmaster. And I'm pretty sure that I have chosen the best one for survivability. It kind of gives you the extra edge that you need to survive, right? And the one I am talking about is the Bene Gesserit class. That is the one I started with. And let me tell you a few good things that you get with this in the early game, right? So first, you'll be unlocking Compel. You use the voice to force a target to your position from afar. So you literally are able to compel someone to walk towards you. They cannot attack or defend themselves, and you are able to pretty much take them out. It's a very good ability, especially in combat situations, or that's all really you can use it in. But the next one you're going to be able to get right after that is the Bendu Sprint. And this is the key item I'm talking about here for this tip. Because in Dune, you have to walk across the open sands. And the open sands are dangerous because of sandworms, right? And they can listen to the vibration of how you walk, and they will track you down and eat you. So the Bendu Sprint, you override your nervous system and musculature with an immense surge of activity, allowing you to run forward at an incredible speed. So this will be able to get you from hard sand to hard sand a lot quicker, so you're not there out on the open where the sandworms can get you. So, and I was using this constantly to get from point A to point B, and it's a very good skill, especially one that you can unlock. I think it's level 2. But another thing you're going to be able to unlock pretty early on with this class is self-healing. You are strongly in touch with your own nerves and immune system, and are able to boost any healing that you perform on yourself. So, as you can see, at first, you only heal a tiny bit. It's very slow, and it takes a minute to get you back to full health. But once you get self-healing, which I'm pretty sure you can unlock at level 3 or level 4 pretty early, it upgrades it immensely. It almost makes you feel like you're not wasting your bandages, right? Like you heal a decent amount, way more than you did before. And pretty much overall, this class gives you a lot of things for both fighting and passives of just getting around and doing stuff, right? Just like the sun tolerance will give you more tolerance towards the sun, so you're not frying and becoming dehydrated quick as frig, right? Or even poison tolerance, which so far I haven't really had to deal with too much poison. It was in a ship. So far I haven't found much out in the open. But again, you're able to boost your immunity to poison, and that will be very helpful later on. This class, I found it more helpful than, at least I had a couple skills from the Trooper, where there's one called the Shigwire Claw, which I thought was going to be super cool, super great, right? But the range on it is so small. It's so short. Like, if it was maybe a little bit longer, right, I definitely could see it being super useful to get around, because you might as well unlock the planetologist skill tree and get the suspensor pad, which that will That gets you way higher than the Shigwire Claw anyways. If you want to start with a really good class, then go with the Bene Gesserit and then find the rest from there. And then you can mix and match. But the Bene Gesserit will give you those very good early on skills that will actually help you with surviving out there on Arrakis. Next, tip number 2 I have for you. We're going to be talking about respawn and base placement. So early on in the game, you're not going to be able to basically find water, right? And you don't have the means to create a machine that can turn blood into water. So what do, right? You have dew plants. And those dew plants will be your key to getting water until you are furtherly advanced. Basically, the tip is place your respawn beacon and eventually your base right next to the dew plants, right? Because, like I said, the water is a very key resource in this game, and you do not want to be dehydrated. So these dew plants will be your key, and eventually you'll be able to craft something called a dew reaper. You'll be able to collect a lot more, right? Because at first, you can only drink up to the first bar of your water meter. Once you get this dew reaper, you'll be able to collect all the water from them, and you can now take that to your base. You can fill your still suit. You can fill your cisterns in your base. So now you have a collection of water you can just come back to without having to, I guess, murder people and take their blood and turn it into water. This is a more, I guess, passive way to do that. Almost like water farming, right? Make sure you place your base close to, I even say right next to, a dew plant deposit. Now let's move on to tip number 3, which also has to do with your base. So once you get your base rolling, and you have to start in the area called the Haga Basin. That's where everyone starts. And sadly, do not get attached to this base. I mean, you can, but eventually you are going to be moving on. That's literally the mission. Is called moving on, where you move from the Haga Basin to the Vermilius Gap, and you have to abandon your old base. Ain't that shitty? Ain't that just some shit, right? You're working hard on it, you're doing so cool, you make it so awesome, and then now there's a mission where you have to move. You have to. The reason is because you need to create something called an advanced subfief. The subfiefs are basically how you claim your land, and you can build upon that in your area, your range. And the subfief, or the advanced subfief, cannot be built in the Haga Basin. It can only be built from the Vermilius and on. I mean, if you want to keep your base, you are allowed to have 3 bases in Dune. So you could keep the one in the Haga, but you have to abandon it, and then you have to come back to it. And, re-put your subfief down and all that good jazz. Like I said, don't get too attached to that base if you don't plan on, doing the upkeep and everything for it, But there is some luck here, right? So you're going to be able to use a device that will be able to copy your base and create a blueprint of it, so you can take it with you and move it around in case, you like it a little, you like it. You took time to build it. This device will copy it, and you'll be able to put it down and eventually rebuild it all, and there you go. So don't worry too much about that. Just don't get too attached to, I guess, the placement of where your base is going to be. So with that, let's move on to tip number 4. So like I was saying earlier, when you're in the sun, there's a meter that pops up, and it will slowly go up until you are basically sunstroked. To help you with this, if you have a sand bike already, let's say you're out in an area, there's no shade, you're out in the open, and you're sunstroked, right? If you have your bike with you, once you get on it, the meter will start going down. So you'll be able to get out of the sun and find shade, or you won't even have to anymore. You'll be able to basically bypass the shade and just keep going as long as you have a sand bike. And last but not least, tip number 5. So this one's kind of a no-brainer, right? It's going to show you in the game, but I didn't see it. So just in case any of you guys don't see it, you are going to be able to craft still suits, which are basically, they're suits that collect your bodily fluids to turn it into water so you can drink it later, right? It is in reserve for you. You'll see it on the side of your other water bar once you have a still suit on, and you are going to be able to use it anytime you need. It has been very useful to me, especially when you're out on the sands and stuff and you kind of forget to, fill up on water. And early on, you're not going to be able to carry too much water on you. You'll be able to create these little flasks that have water in them. But until then, you will have your first scavenger still suit. And when you need, you'll be able to drink the water. You push the left arrow on your controller, and you will drink the water. I missed this. I missed a little pop-up for this. Or maybe I closed out of it too fast thinking I was a cool guy. But yes, you'll be able to use this water whenever you need. And it consistently fills as you play, because it's collecting your bodily wastes. So as you play, it will consistently fill. But also something I learned is that it also fills when you're not playing. So usually when you come back to the game, you will have a full still suit of water. So just keep that in mind when you are out there on the sands. Or let's say you don't want to, wait to fill your still suit. You could just log off, doodle around for a little while, and then come back, and it should be full. So, hey, there you go. This was my today's top 5 tips for you guys. Let me know in the comments if it was helpful to you any. If you liked the video, give me a like. And if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. But either way, I will see you in the dunes of Arrakis. Goodbye.